Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Welcome to Stating Facts with Truth and Transparency. And I am Juanita, and Derek is asleep. So I'm going to let him sleep because I do my most, I get a lot done in the wee hours of the night when God is dealing with my spirit. And I find that's when He allows me to minister to other people when I'm in that alone time with God. And some people like to think of it as a still small voice, that inner spirit will talk to you, and you need that quiet time. You need that alone time with God to listen to God and be obedient. And so I always try to be obedient, not just listen to God, because it's two parts to it. We can hear, it's actually three parts. You hear God, you listen to God, and then you're obedient to His word. And that's what He tells us. So I wanted to do a little something different today. As a lot of you guys may know, that I get healing from writing. And so I never knew that I possessed this great gift and this great quality that I have. And not only does it heals me, it gives me such peace and comfort because I'm able to get out what I'm feeling and express what I'm feeling through writing poetry. And so I believe that sometimes poetry and songs reaches people's hearts. And you have different type of ministries. So whatever journey you're on or walk with God, I ask God to show you what your ministry is, what your purpose is, what your calling is on your life. And so I thank God that I found out what that purpose is for me. And my purpose in life, my calling on my life is to minister to other people right where they're at. We have so many people that's worried about all the wrong things, which is the worldly things or earthly things. But God said, I can use you wherever you're at in your life. And so that literally means sometimes right here on the hospital bed. So I thank God that I had the procedure yesterday. I'm not 100%, which I didn't expect to be. I wasn't able to sleep last night, but that's okay. But I want to start by saying happy birthday to my dad. Happy heavenly birthday, Jesse J. Mathis. He truly lives in me. My dad was a wonderful man. He helped so many people, a great humanitarian, fought for homelessness and inequalities of just mankind. So I wanted to dedicate this podcast especially to my dad. And so I wanted to do it through poetry. And so I'm going to start with the first one. And it says, people make mistakes and know they're not always right. Judging them and turning your back against them adds more to their fight. Life gives us enough to deal with, and we don't know which way to go. We need family and friends just to help us grow. How can we do that when everyone acts so righteous? But first to scream they know who Jesus Christ is? No one can get through this life alone. Nowhere to turn but weed, Xanax, crack, cocaine, and Patron. Now we have people suffering from all these many addictions, fighting families, childhood friends, neighbors, blocks, causing more affliction. When people understand that we need more God, more family, more humanity, more peace, more love, then we can heal the world and peace will reign from above. God is moving swiftly and He's not wasting any time. When you choose hate over love to God, you're committing the ultimate crime. We all have to answer to what we have done. I want to be able to say I loved, I forgave, I helped, and I lived as one. So the second one is, people are so caught up in themselves while destruction is all around. Chasing all the wrong things, you know what goes up must come down. You don't have to believe me. Keep living in your little bubble. It doesn't affect you until on your door knocks trouble, backstabbing each other just to make yourself look good, only concerned with money, cars, and repping your hood. God is no respecter of person. He's cleaning up His land. That's why I'm staying connected to my master's hand. Keep turning your cheek, thinking you are better than the next, until trouble comes your way. Now you're looking perplexed. It takes nothing to go with the crowd. Sit and watch what's wrong. It takes everything to stand alone. Shine your light. Yup, and be strong. So I'd rather be caught up to meet Him, bowing on my knee, because I want to be seated with the highest of majesty. The next one says, our people need prayer. Yep, I'm talking to you. Keep saying it's a shame, but yet nothing you try to do. Yet pretend that the thing's happening to you and have remorse. Go to your knees and pray right to the source. Our children are lost and they have no direction. Yet you won't pray with them or over them for personal protection. We are still living in the Jim Crow days. You still waiting for politicians somehow to make a way? Really ask yourself, how am I making a difference? I know I'm tired of my people being prepared for the criminal system. Oh, it's not your problem until it's at your front door. Don't you think every life is worth fighting for? You're quick to follow a celebrity that already is self-made. You won't even support that community activist who's not even getting paid. Either you're a part of the problem or a part of the solution. We need to stand up and start our own new world revolution. We need a village, one person. They can't do it alone. You can't expect a child to be right coming from a dysfunctional home. Soon there won't be enough workers, doctors, police, food, and even teachers. It's time to stop sitting down. Yeah, you sitting in the bleachers, cheering on the wrong things and support what's right. We have to stand up and fight. Yep, it's our own fight. The mere things we take for granted will become obsolete. Mental health, suicide, homicide, depression, genocide. It's what's controlling our streets. The same ones you have to walk with every day. The answers for everyone to begin to pray. Prayer still works and things will change. I know it's weird, corny, and to you it sounds strange. Matthew 10:33, if you deny him to man, he'll deny you in heaven. Learn to forgive your brother, your sister, 7 times 7. So the fourth one is, there's always purpose in your pain because strength and motivation is what you should gain. It's okay if people are constantly talking about you. Truth be told, they really look up to you. Whether it be jealousy, envy, or they want to be you. Never change who you are because of what others do. Don't stop your shine because you really have a glow. You don't have to say you've changed. Your actions should show. Some people aren't happy, so they'll come for your peace. Remember, you are covered, so any weapon formed against you must cease. People's opinions of me don't matter, I must admit. I've been stopped needing approval from others. That's why with me, I can sit. And this last one is a special one. I dedicate this to my dad. I woke up this morning around like 3:30 because I'm a morning person. And I woke up and God, somehow, just why I know I minister to people through my writing. And whether it be poems or quotes that I come up with, because it heals me, it soothes me, and it gives me peace. And so I just literally wrote this morning, this particular one for my dad, Jesse J. Mathis. May he continue to rest in peace. My dad was a guy who, a little bit about who he was, and most of my life growing up, my dad was on drugs, crack cocaine. That's when the crack epidemic was real popular. And we grew up in the projects in South Philadelphia, 13th Street, 13th Fitzwater. And we didn't have much, but we grew up with the love that they knew to give us. We grew up with instilling education in us. I give my parents credit. They both were elementary school dropouts, but yet education was yet so important to them. And so I finished high school. I went on to college to get my degree in criminal justice, and I chose some of those same paths that my dad did. We talk about generational curses. And I love my dad so much that I wanted to be just like him. In real life, I went through some things just like him, drug and alcohol addiction, and I can smile because it gives me great peace to know that God delivered me. So that's the joy when you take your past hurts and pains and struggles and you turn them into triumph, right? And so they now become your testimony to help other people. So I truly believe that. And so this is for my dad. And I say to him, my dad would have been 79 today. And so I say, happy birthday, Dad. My first true love with man. The one who could do no wrong and who always took a stand for what was right, dignified, tried, and true. I remember growing up wanting to be just like you.
When you were delivered from drugs after many years of addiction, I had to heal from the many years you caused a lot of affliction. From the abuse, both physical, mental, and spiritually, I was lost, trying to find my people to love me for me. But I was in search of something of which I had no clue. All I knew, I wanted a man who was just like you. So I went through a long, rough journey in my life, searching through sex, drugs, family, friends, which caused so much strife. Then I found myself running from my inner being because I didn't love me. I'm talking about the generational curses you unintentionally placed on me. I learned to go through life not knowing who I was. I always knew I had a calling on my life from above. Dad, you touched so many people in your lifetime. I seen the many mountains you had to climb. But through it all, you never lost your faith. You ran and ran, and you ran a mighty good race. So I said, God, I want to be just as humble, gracious, and selfless as my dad. I watched you feed the homeless, save lives with the little that you had. You taught me to be a humanitarian and to always help each other, no matter where you're from, not just my sister or my brother. Oh yeah, you'd be disappointed that your own children, your offsprings, they don't even speak. You taught me that without family, I'm nothing. I'm actually weak. You come in my mind both day and both night. I get comfort in knowing that you gave a good fight. You fought for family, for justice, for love, and inequalities. I'm just like you, Dad. I finally can see. My pain, my struggles were all a part of God's plan. They never were meant for me. They were meant for my fellow man. See, I watch you transform lives that only a special person can do. I finally realized that I am just like you. The love I demonstrate, it's so pure, yet so true. You always taught me to be the best you. So as I lay in the hospital, I had to write this poem just for you. Yes, a king was born. Jesse J. Mathis was born on November the 11th, 1942. I love you, Dad. I know you're up in heaven watching down on me and smiling down on me and cheering me on, and so proud of me. If I can leave you all with this message, is that find who you are. Sometimes you have to go back to your past to really find out who you are. And then once you know who you are, you'll know whose you are, and you can take your rightful place. For women, sometimes we chase after men, all for the wrong things, because we're looking for love that either we got from our father or we didn't get from our father. And so we tend to grow up wanting that certain love from a man. But I'll tell you, if you pray to God and you get out the way and you find out who you are first, God will send that king into your life, that special man who will transform your life for the good. And nothing can replace that. Not money, not cars. I used to think that, I used to be attracted to men for money and cars and the lights, the bar scene and all that stuff. But God says, no, find a spiritual man. And Dad, you'd be so proud that God has sent me a spiritual man, a man who loves me unconditionally, who supports me no matter what. And that's the greatest gift. So by far, I don't feel like I deserve what all the blessings God gives to me. But ladies, keep trusting God and waiting on God, and He will send you your king. I promise. I thank you guys for watching Stating Facts with truth and transparency. And drop a comment and wish my dad a happy birthday. I love you guys. Be blessed.